above your head. The cold Atlantic water splashes onto your legs as you aim your cannon once more at the ship across from you. Creaking planks in a blazing fire make it difficult to hear, but shouts of anger cause you to look up at the mast. Two of your fellow shipmen begin to lower the American flag, but you can tell by your captain's voice that he is not yet ready to surrender. After a few tense moments, the flag is raised to its rightful place, and you breathe a sigh of relief before continuing to fight. But you don't blame those men for their fear. The other ship is clearly stronger, and it feels like a losing battle. But your captain is adamant that you must continue to fight. You've never had a captain like him before, a captain who continues on even when he's hanging by just a mere thread, a captain who embodies the spirit of the colonists, and a captain who instills courage in each of his men. But who could this captain be? His name was John Paul Jones, and he would continue to represent the true American fighting spirit throughout his life and act as a role model to those who would follow 250 years later. But before Jones became a seafaring legend, he first set sail at the age of 13 as a deckhand for a trade ship. He started off on the coast of Scotland, where he grew up, and sailed for many years until he finally found his way to the colonies, just a few months before the Revolutionary War began. And in 1775, 250 years ago, John Paul Jones was commissioned to be the first lieutenant of one of the only two ships in the Continental Navy. Before one mission, he made it clear to his superiors, "I wish to have no connection with any ship that does not sail fast, for I intend to go into harm's way." Unfortunately, Jones never received a very fast ship, but he used his wit, leadership, and courage to win the battles he was a part of. The British became afraid of Jones, not necessarily because of what he captured, but because of what he represented and inspired in others. And today, we look up to Jones because of his courage in the face of sure defeat. A modern example of Jones's fighting spirit comes from James W. Robinson, who received the Medal of Honor for his actions during the Vietnam War. He showed great courage when enemy forces ambushed his battalion, and this is just part of his story. In the moments following the attack, Robinson went ahead of his men and continued to fight even after he was gravely wounded. And when he ran out of ammunition, instead of giving up, Robinson grabbed a grenade and ran directly into enemy fire in order to attack the machine gun nest that was shooting his men. Robinson's actions that day inspired those around him to continue to fight, even when the odds were stacked against them. And his story mirrors that of Jones's ability to bring out the fighting spirit of his men. Now, the most important battle that Jones was a part of was while he was on his ship, the Bonhomme Richard. On one stormy day in September of 1778, Jones encountered the British ship Serapis for the Battle of Flamborough Head. Serapis, by all accounts, was faster, stronger, and better built. Jones was outgunned from the beginning, but he managed to maneuver his ship right next to the Serapis, and the deadly battle you were in moments ago ensued. The crew of each ship fought at point-blank range, attempting to board the other. And when it seemed as if Jones's ship was too far gone, the captain of the Serapis called out, asking if Jones was ready to strike his colors. But do you want to know how Jones responded? Instead of surrendering, like many of us rightly may have, Jones boldly responded, "Strike my colors? I have not yet begun to fight." So the fierce battle continued, and eventually Jones was able to gain control of the Serapis, which he used to sail to the Netherlands with around 500 prisoners. Upon his return to America, he advised top naval officers on battle tactics for the future, and is considered today to be the father of the American Navy. Looking back, the stories of John Paul Jones and James Robinson show what the American spirit is all about. They faced challenges and setbacks, and when it seemed like all was lost, they fought on. Jones was facing the strongest military power of his age with battered ranks that were ready to surrender and sparse resources. And Robinson was facing a battle his battalion was unprepared to fight with a wound that would eventually take his life. But neither of them gave up. So as we look ahead to the next 250 years of American history, we can use the lives of Jones and Robinson to guide our path. Because unfortunately, there will be times where it seems that our challenges are insurmountable, times where it seems easy to surrender, and yes, times where it seems that all is lost. And in those times, our adversaries may come to us asking if we are ready to strike our colors. These colors. And how will we respond? We must unite with the spirit of John Paul Jones and those who followed, and declare with one voice, strike our colors? We have not yet begun to fight. Thank you.